Like ACD reports, we have CRM reports. In CRM reports, we have 9 different kinds of reports. Let's look at one by one for this campaign TVT underscore support and select current date. Let's look at disposition reports. This section has agent-wise disposition and campaign-wise disposition reports based on the disposition set by the agents. For example, here we can see for TVT support campaigns, 500 calls have been initiated, out of which 480 are answered, 29 are abandoned, of which 442 are disposed properly and 38 are not disposed properly. And the next one is agent campaign-wise disposition summary. Here you can see Saurabh, agent ID 4001, has initiated 11 calls, out of which all 13 calls are answered, and for all the calls disposition was also set. Akhilesh 4002 has initiated 50 calls, and all the calls were answered, and 45 calls are disposed properly and 5 were not disposed. Next is the customer detail report. This report displays all the customer details and dispositions and remarks for that calls. For example, here we can see the customer phone number is 601743723887, has called onto the system at 6:52 on 18th, and the call was abandoned. Similarly, for few numbers we can even see the call remarks which are made by the agent. List call summary. This report explains the call summary and disposition summary on the basis of list. For this campaign we have 2 lists. Let's look at TVT underscore support underscore inbound, the list which is auto created. We can see there were 229 calls offered, out of which 207 were disposed and 27 were not disposed. And average talk time is 3 minutes 21 seconds and average queue time of 8 seconds, and total queue time is of 32 minutes. And we can see the total talk time is more than 12 hours. Export report. The beauty of the report is we can design the template of the report of our choice. That is, on your left hand side you can see the fields of the header, and you can push it onto your right hand side and click on export. You can see a report was created. Next is disposition wise summary report. From this report we can see the agent wise count of different dispositions under callbacks, contacted, interested, etc. Here we can see the agent Hitender, whose agent ID is 4006, is logged into TVT support campaign, and if we see 38 calls have been disposed as interested, and there were 0 calls which are disposed as callbacks. And the next section is IVR reports. The first report is IVR call summary. This report gives you a summarized count of total IVR calls happened to the system through different nodes, and out of which how many are transferred to ACD or abandoned on the IVR. For example, for support underscore IVR there were 271 calls, out of which 271 calls are abandoned.